This is the Ontario International Airport stalking over the Emporia Place Apartments. And I've also documented the Ontario Police Department stalking me by helicopter over the Emporia Place Apartments. I've already had the fake sun over me at the Emporia Place Apartments. I've been documenting the entire property, every license plate that I can capture and publish regarding stalking with the government at Emporia Place Apartments. So the video that's going to be published regarding the prosecution of the people of the state who are under no circumstances, there's no privacy for the entity. This is terrorism by the entity. They're engaging in criminal conduct. It's public corruption, and it's a prosecution for terrorism. And the airport, that is, I just want to be clear, when I'm at the Stater Brothers, which is west, and you're seeing them stalking on this side of the street, the entity is doing this at FERN and Holt, and doing so while the people, this is psychopathic pacing. When the fake sun's over me, it's psychopathic pacing. While the entity is following wherever I'm at with planes, having no business. There's no planes that are, and there is no business that the airport maintains where they just fly from the airport for miles to engage in cartwheels. This is ongoing stalking that I've been documenting. The entity is hovering from a distance and then engaging in what is hovering over Emporia Place, where I'm located, where the specific environment is located. And as I catch stalking, just like at the Ovid Family Community Library, this is Holt Boulevard. So they're coming what is south to stalk me at this location. And they're doing so as I am documenting it. And the entity engages in more of it. This is mentally ill. These are terrorists that crash planes into buildings. They crash into mountains and bodies of water. They murder people, and they do so intentionally. That's what's gang stalking at the Ontario International Airport. Those are the corrupt airlines that are sharing in terrorism, and they are being removed. They're being federally prosecuted, and the Ontario International Airport is being shut down. This is mentally ill behavior. Recall Safeco Auto, where the entity is gang stalking me with the Ontario Police. That's this property right here. And the entity is on video stalking by a commercial airline plane, and they are landing as though they're lowering elevation as though they're landing right here at the Emporia Place Apartments, the ones that they're rising over as though they're taking off and they're starting from a farther location based on where I'm at, okay? The entity is engaging while I'm at the Stater Brothers. They're hovering in this direction, and then they're doing cartwheels to go right back toward this direction. This is the entity that's engaged in ongoing stalking, period. Ongoing aerial surveillance and nonsensical conduct with regard to making sense of what a legitimate airport is engaging in, and it is not this. The entity is going to be civilly and criminally prosecuted, and the Ontario Police Department are stalking with the airport, as you've seen the ongoing demonstrations by helicopter and by planes, and they're being disbanded for conspiring my murder, which the city of Ontario is doing while the entity is stalking as an airport. This is P.O.C. and the people of the state are as well. Okay, they're sharing in this, and this is why strangers are stalking me in the most absurd ways, doing so while they are molesting with impossible light activity. Monitoring in furtherance of murder. 8 Victor Nancy 886, and they're doing so in the environment where multiple shadows are present. This is Exhibit A. I'm prosecuting by the neighborhoods, the entire city. The city of Ontario is a violent sex offender, and it's engaged in domestic terrorism, the criminal conspiracy to commit murder. And that is shown through the specific environment, and where the airport is engaged in what is proof of stalking me for years, harassing and psychologically torturing and sexually violating, sharing in the perpetual sex offense with the people of the state who go into the bathrooms as the government to keep your genitalia under surveillance. These are the violent sex offenders who are terrorizing American citizens, and I'm prosecuting them. This is P.O.C. It is currently, by the way, when you're looking at the airport, this is not published on the website, and this has nothing to do with what would be published when they're taking off from the airport, Terminal 2, Terminal 4, and taking off over that airport sky space and maintaining a flight to a destination. This is stalking. And Alan D. Wapner, the airport authority, the so-called airport executive board, they're being prosecuted for criminal facilitation and for terrorism, for conspiring my murder for money. This is why this entity, the city of Ontario, were attending court hearings in my absence, while gang stalking me and conspiring my murder and stating that I'm dead, stating that I'm mentally incompetent, stating that they have any basis whatsoever to be entitled to my wealth, while they are demonstrating how absurdly psychotic they are, stalking obsessively. That is a plot for murder. And the entity's doing this with the Ontario Police Department, and it will be the gutting out of the entire city of Ontario. They're giving my money back, and they're also going to prison. This is P.O.C. It is currently 6:14 a.m.